Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, today the topic we are going to talk about is the tongue and its dangerous consequences. See, when a man starts to talk too much, there is a sensory overload on his mind. A huge load comes on his mind, and because of this load, a lot of major diseases are born. Imagine, just to talk had such major disasters hidden inside it. Man suffers a loss solely because of himself, and through talks, other talks become alive. Through deeds, deeds become alive. The problem with someone who talks a lot is that he listens less. A person must listen. Sami'na ata'na. Hear and listen. If he begins to talk, he will lessen his deeds. This is his loss. For one to talk, he has to think. This is a load on the mind too. What he talks develops as thoughts in his heart and mind. That keeps circulating in his mind. How will he perform deeds? He will talk. The one who talks does not do deeds, keeps talking, keeps talking. We are to work on the responsibility of Akhirah. We need to do deeds. Sahaba were people of the field. We have unfortunately become people of the dais, the mimbar. Please understand what I am talking about. I myself don't enjoy talking. We are people of the field and ground. I prefer doing amal, which is why all the strategies that I have prepared, when you log on to darulqulub.com, you will see I am only talking in the hope that it might benefit the ummah and gives me a chance to earn a few rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But to talk is not the priority. To do is. We don't, unfortunately. Most people who will enter hell will do so because of their tongue. For some people, it is the pleasures they enjoy with their tongue. For some, it is oppression and cruelty that the tongue is used in, to hurt people, to dagger their hearts with their tongue. This is due to the tongue. And look at the tongue. Once it's done its harmful act and caused rifts between people, silently caves back between the teeth. The teeth protect it such that no one should say anything to it. The tongue happily remains protected between the teeth and causes rifts around the world. Sometimes the tongue does the work of a sword. There is such fitna that is caused by it, fights, etc. We have reduced ourselves to hearing and speaking. Hear and use our tongue. It is not why we are here. We are here for deeds. The environment has been ruined because of this tongue, and because of excessive talking. The qualities that were supposed to be cultivated in the heart and mind do not happen, all because of talks. Just as the pressure cooker that whistles often is not considered cooking worthy and cannot cook well, similarly, someone who talks often cannot cultivate the good inside him, and no one in the world likes someone who talks a lot. One who talks leaks important information. Something that was supposed to be hidden is now out in the open. Family affairs become public affairs. Your private issues between you and your wife become public. Women are something that are to be protected and kept behind the veil. You cannot discuss her affairs publicly. Due to excessive talking, things are getting leaked and out in the public, amidst our friends, etc. The nur of Iman is destroyed from the heart due to excessive talking. I have spent a lot of time with big mashaykhs and pious men, but have never seen a single mashayikh or sheikh talk a lot. They were extremely silent in nature. They would prefer remaining quiet. The foolish man is the one who speaks a lot. Most major sins, such as shirk, backbiting, snitching, all happen from the tongue. The one who speaks a lot doesn't do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And unfortunately, this is becoming a habit, and cells are getting developed in the mind. Habits get formed. The moment the senses hear something or see something, immediately it speaks something. Once these habits are formed, all your life it continues. Therefore, right from childhood, don't let your child become habitual of talking excessively. If you speak a lot, your child will imitate you. It is often seen in families that parents keep talking, whistling, in order to entertain the child. It will develop a habit of talking a lot in the child. The child's upbringing and nurturing must be done in an extremely decent way. Don't let the child fall prey to excessive eating and talking. Sorry, but mothers are to be blamed for this. They feed the child excessively. Feed them chips, chocolates, and other junk foods, and slowly this becomes a habit in the child. Therefore, don't let the child become a victim of pleasures of the tongue, and neither in excessive talking. Their life will get spoiled and will be regretful. Unfortunately, in the era of WhatsApp, there are only talks and talks and talks around the world. The other issue is the talks that get leaked and are circulating outside. Divorces happen as a result, and major rifts in families, discord, etc. We have a phone today, and things do get circulated. When one hears, one is inclined to think. Major stress-related ailments, such as high blood pressure, heart diseases, happen as a result of excessive talking. Due to stress, the kidneys release the stress hormone, adrenaline, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like the one who talks a lot. Even people don't like them. People avoid those who talk a lot. One of the famous principles of tabligh is timely action, wisely timing things, but gets destroyed due to excessive talking. One must know when to speak, when to remain quiet. Know how is the hearer's temperament, when it's best to talk to the person, what time is good. But one who talks a lot forgets and crosses all limitations in talking. Soon as something comes in the mind, he blurts it out. Shaitan puts over service, something is triggered from the memory, and immediately he voices it out. The Prophet ﷺ was a very silent man. He was enamored by the garment of silence, tranquility, and honor. But look at the state of the Ummah today. We have crossed the Prophet ﷺ. We have crossed the limitations. Who is going to pay the price? It is we who will have to. Crucial time is getting wasted. At night, when he is trying to sleep, he is often lost in deep thinking and his sleep is affected. When you lie down to sleep, it is time to cut off from the world. And even during Salah, this must be practiced, that no ghair, outsider, must touch me, and my heart must not go towards the ghair, outsider. Practice this during Salah and while trying to sleep. Nothing must come from the service or get retrieved from the memory or from the senses or environment. Just keep the state of the inside in a state of calm. I often say this: the ghair must not touch me, and I must not go towards any ghair. Practice this during Salah. The only things that are allowed to touch you are the Quran, Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, his character, manners and etiquette. Unfortunately, it is other things that are touching us and spoiling us, and today we are affected by the pandemic of touch, Corona or COVID 2019. What was supposed to touch us is not touching us. What was supposed to touch us was love, service to others, generosity. But this isn't touching us, and these are the disasters we are faced with. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us put this to practice more than merely speaking about it. May it reflect in our lives. Ameen. And inshallah, we will see if we can put even one thing to practice. It will be better than trying to practice 1,000 things. If one man practices silence, the whole environment around him becomes silent under his influence. Everyone, please put silence to practice in our lives. Silence must be the prevailing virtue of our family, not talking. There are hidden losses in excessive talking. Become performers. Perform deeds one after another. If at all you need to talk, speak something good and worthy of hearing in a few words, succinct, to the point, with softness, not with harshness, and not something which will hurt the other. This is what I wanted to say. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us put this to practice from today itself and make a determination to speak less. Life will improve each day, inshallah, and a lot of work will get done. This world is a place to perform deeds. We have to leave this earth, so we must prepare for Akhirah. If we limit ourselves to only talk, all important things will be left out. We have a lot to do in our lives. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us put this to practice more than merely speaking about it, and may it reflect in our lives. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.